Hi, I'm Boris. We're here at the Next Web Conference 2019 in Amsterdam, and with me is Guy Kawasaki, my childhood hero. Of course, like the man everybody knows, and you're known because you worked at Apple at the introduction of the Macintosh, but you're the author of a couple of very influential books. One of them, The Art of the Start,
yes.
I think recommended reading for anybody who ever starts a company. My only regret is that I read it after I started my first company.
That's why you're successful.
Maybe, because it was intuitive. Yeah. Is it still like a famous thing? Do people still walk up to you and say...
Well, there's now version 2.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the standard for entrepreneur classes to use as a textbook.
Yeah.
Because it covers from beginning to end. There are other books that cover, the minimum viable product concept, but that's a book about MVP. That's a chapter in my book.
Yeah.
So, for an overview, still.
Yeah. And tell me about your latest book.
My latest book is called Wise Guy, and it's a compilation of stories from my life that furnished me wisdom. So it's not really a memoir or autobiography because it's not strictly chronologic. It's, I divide it by business, family, Apple, my heritage in Hawaii, all of those things. So if you're familiar with a book called Chicken Soup for the Soul, it's sort of like that, except all the stories are my stories.
Are your stories, yeah. And so I think I first heard about you when Apple was still a small company and the Macintosh was launched. And we'll talk about that in a bit as well, because I'm just curious. But so I think you were mostly known as a marketeer, right? But now you're probably to most people
a marketeer.
Yeah, well. So but do you consider yourself a writer, an author, or a marketeer, or is it all the same thing?
I consider myself an evangelist. So I was an evangelist for Apple. I evangelized Macintosh to convince software and hardware developers to create Macintosh products. That was at the beginning of my career. Today I'm chief evangelist of a company called Canva. And Canva is an online graphics design service out of Sydney, Australia. And millions of people use Canva. We make about 3 million graphics every day in the world. So I started with Macintosh and I'm ending with Canva.
Yeah. Oh, you're ending with Canva?
This is my last job. Yeah. I'm also Mercedes-Benz brand ambassador.
You're still very young, right? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm not very young. I'm 64.
How young? 64, right? So you're at the beginning of your career.
No, I'm at the end of my career. I hope.
So when you started at Apple, I'm going to ask you a personal question. This is just out of curiosity. Mainly, I want to find out how rich you are. Really. So
less than you.
No, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. I was just wondering because the books clearly do well, and then you have the successful company now.
It takes a lot of books to do well.
Well, you sold millions of books, right?
That's a good. I've never added them up.
No, I mean, it's got to be more.
I've written 15 books. On the first book, I would check Amazon every hour.
Yeah.
What rank? Yeah. On the 15th book, I literally have not checked. I don't know if it's doing well or not. It is what it is.
Is that sort of the marketeer's philosophy where did you grow into this?
It's just a senior citizen. I'd rather go surfing.
Really?
Yes.
Is that your plan? Like you're going to finish this company, write another 3 books?
No,
and then
I'm going to go surfing, and then every once in a while I'll take a break from surfing to write.
All right.
I'm going to flip my world around.
Do you think it's like? Do you at one point stop marketing and start writing? Is that your career switch? Are you going to pivot? Pivot into.
I'm gonna pearl. That's a surfing term for when the nose of your board goes into the water, and you head down into the water as opposed to standing up.
Yeah.
And it's like diving for pearls. It's not a good thing.
So you're planning to go out with a bang?
Yeah.
Not fade out?
No. Actually, I do want to fade out. I have 4 children. 2 of them are still living with us. So they're 13 and 17. So I just realized that the number of days with them is limited, very limited.
Yeah. I heard a statistic, and they said, so how old are they?
13 and 17.
All right. So I heard statistics, and it said 80% of the time you spend with your children is before they're 18.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is painful to think about. So that means that the rest of your life is just 20%.
Yeah.
So you almost, like my children are 17 and 14, so I'm like, oh my God.
So it's the 18-20 rule as opposed to the 80.
Yeah. So I get it. Like invest as much time in
How old is your dog?
this one is 17. I have a 14-year-old as well.
Oh.
So
I have
very
one
amazing.
daughter.
How are your kids? Do
I
you
have
hate
one
them
daughter.
or like them? Or?
Oh, no, I like them.
Yeah, you like them. Yeah.
Well, one of my great pleasures in life is to be surfing with my 4 children. There are times that 4 of my children and I are surfing.
That's got to be amazing.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
You have surfing in Amsterdam?
I tried it a little bit, yeah, but not in Amsterdam. No, I tried it a little bit, but not enough to get
Portugal.
really good at it. But so I'm not as successful as you yet. But maybe one day I'll pick up surfing. Do you think I could? Because I'm tall and skinny, so I'm not sure. That's not really. You got to be short and stocky to
Garrett
be a good surfer, right?
McNamara and Laird Hamilton were tall and skinny.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So there's hope for.
There's hope.
All right.
More hope for you than me.
Really? Why?
Because when you shouldn't start surfing at 64. Well, I started at 62. That's a little late.
Right. It's and that's maybe like an awful thing to say, but you are from Hawaii, right?
Yes.
So
I never surfed there.
But you never did.
No.
Like everybody was surfing, and you're like, no, that's my competitive edge. I'm gonna be the one Hawaiian that doesn't surf.
To put it into context, that would be like me saying to you, Boris, so you've never ridden a bike.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was weird. Yeah.
Oh, you don't ride a bike?
No, I do ride a bike.
Okay, yeah.
But I
it's
think
very
like
weird.
a Dutch person not riding a bike,
Exactly.
you would be like, wow.
Exactly.
Why not? So why not? Why did you not go?
I was too busy studying.
Studying. Oh, yeah.
Diligent
All right, and then you. How old were you when you started at Apple?
I started at Apple in 1983, so I was roughly 30.
So it wasn't your first job.
No, I was in the jewelry business before Apple. In Wise Guy, the book, I tell the whole story of how I started in the jewelry business. And in the jewelry business, I worked for a manufacturer that sold jewelry to retailers. So I really had to learn how to sell. And one of the wisdoms I have in my life is that, fundamentally, people, you're either making something or selling it. That's the only 2 functions in life. And so you better be good at one of them.
And you became good in selling.
Selling.
And then, what was it, like who hired you at Apple? Was it Steve Jobs or someone else?
Another great story from the book.
Yeah.
So I got hired at Apple purely because of nepotism. So my college roommate hired me. And I had a degree in psych. I was working in the jewelry business. So I had not the right academic background, not the right work experience. There's no way I would have been hired except that I knew the person hiring.
That's a great lesson.
Well, that is a great lesson. So the lesson is it doesn't matter how you get in, it matters what you do once you're in.
Yeah.
And another lesson is be nice to the people you meet in college because they could give you a job someday.
Pay attention, kids. Be nice to people.
Be nice to people.
And what is like the first thing you did? Because you sort of created your own job. There was like the evangelism.
There was Jesus before me.
True. So there's
So,
Jesus.
Yeah, and then there's a 2,000-year gap, and then there was
Guy Kawasaki.
basically, evangelism comes from a Greek word meaning bringing the good news. So I brought the good news of Macintosh, where Macintosh was not just a personal computer, but it made people more creative and productive. And today, as the chief evangelist of Canva, I'm bringing the good news of Canva, that Canva enables anyone to make beautiful graphics. And so that's what an evangelist does, you bring good news.
Are there companies right now that you think are good at this evangelism part? Because it's
very few.
Is it a lost art? Yeah.
Well, some of it is because many businessmen, well, say that more correctly, many business people are hesitant to use a term like evangelism because of its religious connotations. And in America in particular, evangelism is not the same as evangelical, but evangelical has a whole lot of connotation right now too. So it's a little tricky.
But the practice, I mean, we could invent a new word. That's marketing too, right?
Yes,
Just put in a new word and do the same thing, and it's new. But even like companies like, so I thought about Google, right? In the beginning, I think I was a fan of Google. I was proud to use Google.
Yeah,
you were one of the first.
Right?
Yeah, you told people like, no, I use Google. I was proud.
There was just that little box and nothing else.
And it worked. And so there was a moment of evangelism there. But then it quickly faded. Like right? There's like I don't know a lot of like I know people who use Google and really like the products. But love for the company, that's and even Apple is sort of different. Like it's almost too big or something.
You know, once you hit $1 trillion.
But is that it?
Yeah. Listen, when Canva hits $1 trillion, I'll let you know.
Then we'll know.
You know.
Do you have people at like? Do you notice in your audience that people really
are evangelistic about Canva? Absolutely.
Because
what Canva has done for many people is that they wanted to make graphics. It could be a flyer, a poster, social media graphic, and if they were in a company, they'd have to wait for the graphics department to have time and go through a whole specification process and all that. And now they just boot their iPhone, iPod, iPad, Android phone, Macintosh, or Windows machine, and in 5 minutes they built it themselves. So it's a very empowering product.
And is that the key to evangelism, that it empowers people? Because
the key to evangelism is that it's good. This is called Guy's Golden Touch. So Guy's Golden Touch is not whatever I touch turns to gold. Guy's Golden Touch is whatever is gold Guy touches. And so Macintosh was very easy to evangelize. Canva is very easy to evangelize. Just for almost the sheer joy of it, I'm helping this company out of Santa Cruz called Merge 4. And I gave you some of the Merge 4 socks. It's the best socks. So, you know, I'm a sock evangelist too now.
Are you an influencer as well?
That's an interesting term. You know, most people measure influencer by the number of followers, right? So depending on how you count, I have, I don't know, 5 or 10 million followers. Of course, half of them might be Russian bots, and I don't know it. But you know,
but a lot of cloud in Russia.
Am I an influencer in the sense that if I said, okay, everybody go use this lipstick, that the lipstick would sell out? No. I'm not that kind of influencer.
No.
But I hope I'm influential enough where I tell you, you know, look at the socks, look at Canva, you know, look at these products I like, and people will at least look at them.
If there's one product or one company in the world, if you would say, all right, if they would ask me to do a thing,
I would do it.
I would do it. Well, like,
okay, you're not gonna believe this. There's a company called Anker. A-N-K-E-R. And they make chargers and cables. And I swear, they make the best chargers and cables, and they're inexpensive, and they're out of China, and you would think, oh, it must be low quality and all that. Very high quality, very good price point. I love Anker. If they called me up, I would be tempted.
Well, let's make that happen. All right, this was Boris from TNW with Guy Kawasaki. It was a great pleasure to speak with you.
All right.
I'm influenced, and see you later.